Test, test. Ooh, forgot I had my volume unmuted. All right, how's everyone doing? So there's been some changes to the way that this thing's laid out. I've got quite a few little doodads uh, at the bottom. If you go on the left side, you can see I've got my stream schedule up. I've got the ability to, do text to voice, TTS. And yeah, some other interesting stuff will be added along the way. Um, and you'll notice I have fancy new transitions, new theme, new everything, new hair. And you can see that I've got this. This is a notepad because you guys know that I like to do notes during the stream. You can see here that it's gonna stick on the right side. I've got a couple other themes we can play around with. We can do just chart if we want. Do stuff like that. If we want to see a full screen, but when it comes time to make notes, we'll go over here and we'll hop over to this little fella here. Boom, fancy smash, fancy schmancy. I look like I know what I'm doing. Looks cool. What else? There's some housekeeping stuff. Oh, weird. My viewer count is like cut off. What's up with that? Let me fix that real quick. Bloop. The hell's cutting that off? Huh. Fix that real quick. I don't know why it's doing that. It was not doing that before. Aha, because it was double digits. There we go. Boom. I'm a genius. Okay. So I hope everyone likes the new color scheme. It's a little more stream friendly. And yeah, there's gonna be some little adjustments here and there to make the stream more visually appealing, more professional, if you will. But yeah, so I'm gonna be streaming at least Monday, Friday, and when times are real exciting, we'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's either going to be at 2 o'clock p.m. my time, which is Eastern time. I don't know where everyone else is, or it'll be at 11 o'clock my time. So 3 hours earlier. Either way, we got regular streams back. So let's go ahead and get right into the content here. So first thing, let's start off by looking at the Dixie chart here. Dixie is having quite a big bounce. If you're looking at it from like a trend perspective, it is currently breaking out of the cloud. It tried to come back into it, and the daily is teasing a bounce off of the cloud, which can be support if you're on the upside or resistance on the downside. So we can think of this kind of just like as a level flip, something like that. And we're teasing something here, which is, as you know, one of the points that I like to drive home is if you're playing with the dollar, you're playing anti everything else. So dollar up equals everything else down for the most part. This is the general heuristic here. So this little bounce, no surprise, is coinciding with a pullback in Bitcoin, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But let's go ahead and get into some Bitcoin stuff here. So with Bitcoin, I sent out a tweet. Oh, I see someone saying the frame cuts off the label. Oh, well, we'll fix that right now. Okay, so let's go to you. We'll do this. Oh, how's that? Is that better? That should be better. Oh, we got our first gifted sub. Thanks, Nook. I think you gave one last time too. We got 2 gifted subs this week. How's that label? You should be able to see it better. Cool. All right, so I sent out a tweet yesterday talking about this megaphone. It's got like a million different names. It has. Well, it's a good time for this. We have megaphone. We have a broadening wedge. We have a broadening top. All different flavors of the same thing. And the way you should think about this is the same way we think about symmetrical triangles. So symmetrical triangles, are symmetrical like this. Well, this is just like the inverse of that. But why does this keep happening? It's like my control isn't working. Control Z. Weird, very weird. But symmetrical triangles are, for the most part, they're directionally agnostic, meaning that they can break up or they can break down. Broadening tops or megaphones or whatever you want to call it, they are also directionally agnostic. So they have a chance to break to the top. They also have a chance to break to the bottom. And right now, obviously, everyone's hoping for bull. I sent out the bearish counterpart just to keep everyone honest. And a lot of it had to do with the way that the daily candle closed. So the daily candle yesterday closed, I'm sure you probably saw it all over Twitter, but there's this swing failure pattern, or SFP, where the price came up, sucked up all this liquidity up in here, and immediately closed back below the prior high. And what that is an indication of is it's an indication of a liquidity run, and currently we're seeing a bearish engulfing candle on the daily. Now, we still have several hours left on the daily candle, but as it stands, it's teasing a bearish engulfing. Obviously, not the best look, okay? We see this swing failure pattern that broke up into liquidity. We see a complementary bearish engulfing candle, and you can make an argument that this is like a tweezer top, whatever you want to call it. If this thing closes a bearish engulfing, that's not good, okay? It's not good to see bearish engulfings following liquidity grabs. So we need to keep an eye on how this closes, right? So we'll make a note here. We'll clear this out. Things to keep an eye out for. 1, broadening top. And we'll say, what, 1A? 1A, daily bearish engulfing on the close. Okay, and then we'll say 1B. Well, we'll add to that later. Okay, number 2. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so at the moment we're watching this broadening top. It's teasing this bearish engulfing. If we get into lower time frames on the 4-hour, it hasn't quite broken market structure yet. And if we get into like really low time frames, like 15-minute, it is starting to break structure here. When I say break structure, I mean like there was a very clear lower boundary here, and we're sitting at the bottom. It punched through it once. It's rejecting this 15-minute 200 EMA, and the next logical stop, if this thing fails, is the 600 EMA. So, let's say intraday targets. 2A. We'll just say A. I don't like 2A. If 200 EMA, let's say if 15-minute 200 EMA fails to reclaim, we are targeting the 600 EMA. And what's that price? That price is approximately 23K. So approximately 23K. Cool. Just keep it consistent. Boom. Okay. What else? I would also want to keep an eye out on this. If we're looking at the intraday stuff, I want to keep an eye out for this thing to bounce and hit this 50 EMA and get rejected. Because if it does this is a really common thing that happens. Like it kind of like flounders around a little bit, and then it bounces, hits the 50, and then nukes. So we want to watch, we'll say B, any potential bounce, watch for 50 EMA rejection. We'll say 15-minute time frame. Cool. So at the moment, it's kind of just like on the shaky ground. But let's talk about like this megaphone thing. Like if this thing does break down, like where is this thing going to go, right? So the general way there's a lot of different ways we can draw targets from this. But in general, the way you do it is you take your swing low and your swing high. So here's your swing low. Here's your highest high. We measure it. So in this case, it'll be 6,500, and then we project it downward. Okay. I know it's not what everyone wants to hear. Everyone's here for like the bullish stuff, but the target of this thing is $13,000, and that's no joke. Actually, it'd probably be even lower because by the time it broke out, it'd be like there. So, now if this thing breaks down, that's pretty wild, right? Because we had this this head and shoulders bottom. Everyone was watching this head and shoulders bottom, right? I don't think there's a single person out there that has been charting patterns that isn't pointing out this head and shoulders bottom. But unfortunately, we see this failed breakout of the neckline. Here was the neckline. Here was the failed breakout. And look at this. It's coinciding with a failed retest of the weekly 50 and weekly 200 EMAs. So this is strong resistance. There's obviously a lot of supply up here. And when we look at trading ranges, and you can kind of consider the broadening wedge a trading range of sorts, when we look at this, every time you break a new high or break a new low, it should be like, you should think of this as like a question and answer session, right? It's like it breaks a new high and it asks a question. Is there supply up here? And the market decisively said, yes, there is. Yes, there is supply up here. We know there's supply up here, but goddamn, the thing's annoying. And we know there's supply up here because it captured this liquidity, immediately dumped, high volume already on the daily, and we're seeing this bearish engulfing. So we got to watch how this daily candle closes, because if this thing closes at bearish engulfing, that is a huge indication that this is heading toward the lower boundary here. And I don't think a lot of people are anticipating that. I think a lot of people are probably over leveraged right now. Everyone's using this news event, all of these banks getting bailed out as like, a bullish event for crypto, because crypto is supposed to be like the anti-bank solution. And unfortunately, anytime we see large rallies on news, that usually, you that old adage, buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, this looks like it's a potential sell the news event that's happening here. So we got to really, really watch how this daily candle closes, because a lot of insight's going to be drawn from there. All right, so questions from chat. Odds on the mega dump back to 19,000. Yeah, I think I already answered that. First time chat, what's up? Hey, how's it going? The only Jared. You're definitely the only person I've seen Jared spelled that way, so name checks out. Is the chat popping up in stream? I honestly haven't even been watching. Let me see. Test. Was earlier. Okay, in the bottom left corner. Cool. All right, so any questions about this so far? I know I'm probably like about as much fun as a wet blanket right now, so. I also want to point out, I've been getting a lot of criticism for quote unquote flipping my bias so aggressively. I mean, listen, it is what it is. Okay. You got to take this thing move by move. And every time we make a new high or make a new low, this is a piece of information. We should never be married to our bias. We should be looking at this as like, we're gathering clues. We are detectives. We're gathering clues, and we're making decisions based on objective information, right? Not what we want to happen, but that's why I like to use objective tools like EMAs, volume, price action, things like that. It also should be noted that like just because I'm posting a bearish tweet, like I posted the megaphone, I posted the target of a new low. Not every opinion is weighted equally. All I'm doing is I'm just posting a stream of consciousness, and I'm saying, hey guys, there's the tide is rising over here. Like we gotta fucking go, otherwise we're gonna be in Miami. We're gonna be underwater, right? So just take that with a grain of salt. I'm just throwing it out there, right? Yeah. All right. Any questions here? If you can't flip bias, you shouldn't be in trading. Yeah, I mean, agreed, man. So it's a good way to get your feelings hurt. Oh, I guess I should update this. So B, bearish engulfing. Let's say this target. Let's do a subsection. So targets bullish. Let's bullish target, bearish target. So let's do bearish target because we just bearishing. That's not a fucking word. Bearish target. What did I say? It was like 13K, something like that. Let's just say 13,000s. New market low. And then we got, let's talk about the bullish target. Okay. So like I said, these things are price agnostic. So we can take that same measurement that we did from the low to the high. We got the 6,500, and we can also project this up. It shouldn't be moving. Let's lock you. Lock. Okay. We could take that 6,500 and project it upwards. So if this thing breaks to the north side, we should be looking for a target, basically 33,000. 33,000s. So that's a huge span of price action, right? Like this is also a humongous consolidation pattern. Top to bottom of range, that's a 36%. This thing is freaking massive, right? So it could go either way, but we're collecting clues every single time. It gives us something to think about, right? First clue right now is we have this bearish engulfing. If this bearish engulfing closes, we're going to be looking for more of the less fun bearish options, right? Okay, broadening top. Intraday targets. Do you guys find this notepad helpful on the side? Let me know, because if so, I'll keep doing it. I just want to keep like a running notepad. That way, when you go to watch your stream, you can kind of keep track of what's been discussed and stuff. I've been going hard in the paint, learning Bollinger Band techniques since you were on Jack's stream. Oh, nice. Yeah, so here's the other thing too, right? So if we look at the weekly, we look at our Bollinger Bands, another, so here's the thing, another reversal pattern is painting on the Bollinger Bands, and that's called a 3 pushes to a high, okay? A 3 pushes to a high is basically, it's like the sister, cousin, whatever of like of an M top, and an M top is like this, right? Where you have your Bollinger Band, you have your Bollinger Band like this, where you have a high, swing low, high inside the Bollinger Band. Well, another setup is also called a 3 pushes to a high, where it looks like this, and the Bollinger Bands do something like this. Okay, so when we're doing Bollinger Band analysis, it's really helpful to look at things like this. We have our %B and our BBW. And no, that's not big, beautiful woman. That's Bollinger Band width. We'll talk about %B Well, we'll talk about them together. Okay. So we can see here that the Bollinger Band width, which is white, and the BBW, which is red. Um, I'm sorry, I'm confusing myself. Percent B is red. Bollinger Band width is white. And we can see as the Bollinger Band, as the swing highs, so one swing, let's do this. Talking over myself. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If this closes anything like this, where it closes inside the Bollinger Bands like here after a third swing high attempt, as the Bollinger Bands are rounding like that, that is also a reversal setup. So there's a lot of things on the table here, guys. So 3 pushes to a high target. I need to look at that because these are really rare patterns in Bitcoin. 3 pushes to a high. I think the target is the lower boundary, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe it's the midline. I mean, almost always every target is like the midline, and then you target the lower boundary. So let's also add this. So we'll go weekly stuff. 3 pushes to a high and setup. Also, we have rejection of the 50/200 EMA. We can't forget that, right? So I'll slap these bad boys on here. Like that. And we can see quite clearly it's obviously rejecting here. So closing like this, not good. Okay, closing anywhere around here, not good. The only thing that would make me say, oh, not so bad, or this is good, is if we start closing back up here, close above the swing high, the weekly. Closing the weekly down here it's not a good look, guys. Any thoughts on Elliott wave count from the megaphone? I actually don't know shit about Elliott wave, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't even know enough about it to have an opinion as to whether or not it's bullshit or not. I don't know. I'm just completely ignorant to Elliott wave stuff. At face value, it looks like kind of nonsense, but so does Wyckoff theory. So you don't think it's BS? I mean, yeah. I mean, you might be right. Like I said, I don't know enough about it to have an opinion, so I would have to look into it more. It would suggest another. What does it say? It would suggest another leg down to the lower level, then back up to the top. So down here, like making a new low. So it'd be like another. That'd be brutal. It came back here and then go here, something like that. Can you? Do you have a chart already like marked up? If you do, post a link in Discord, and I'll pull it up on stream and we'll talk about it. It's funny. I started reading trades about to happen, so I went to see what the other books the authors wrote, and the other one I found was on Elliott wave. Okay, interesting. Any MACD enjoyers? Big beautiful burgers. MACD. So I can read MACD. I haven't looked at MACD in a long time. So MACD would suggest that this is reset down here. Take a further look at this. Actually, isn't this a form of MACD divergence? Right? Because we got the high, got the high, 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 boom, boom, boom. Is that a form of MACD divergence? Um, I know that the RSI on the daily has completely reset, so drawing divergence from there, it just isn't kosher because the momentum has reset. Um, the weekly is definitely divergent though. So if we look at trend stuff though, like if we're looking at the cloud just looks like this Cosby sweater deal, right? Where it's just kind of like scribble scrabble, like scribble scrabble, no discernible trend. Um, there's no discernible trend here. It's it did do this clean edge to edge, but definitely what we want to keep an eye out for. If this thing comes back down into the cloud and closes a daily back in here, let's just say worst case scenario, this thing comes down, it closes, and it finally closes back inside the cloud. That is a very bad sign. That is a total sign of weakness, and I would expect it to do another edge to edge down to the bottom. So we need to keep an eye on this. But it looks like we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. Let me take a look. Yeah. So immediately, so this makes sense. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 15-minute chart because it looks like the intraday targets that I was mentioning is happening right now. We're taking a bounce off of this lower trend line and taking a swing at this 50 EMA. So if this 50 EMA gets rejected, comes up, boom, 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 then it's definitely coming down to this 60 EMA. I would fully expect that. Because the way we see this 50 EMA curving downward and this 200 EMA is flattening, short-term and mid-term momentum is waning. Like the slope of this thing is negative, right? It's coming up, it's flattened, and now it's on the descending slope. So we're starting to get some downward momentum. And right now, you should think of the market as like kind of like this bouncing ball kind of thing. But the bounces aren't all equal bounces. They're kind of like this. Boom. And then it finally falls to the floor. That's kind of what we're doing here with momentum. So this is a good time. We got 55 people in the stream. Nice. This is a good time to make sure you guys are following my channel, setting your notifications and stuff because I am going to be doing regular streams. And if you want to, get notifications and stuff, it's a great way to do it. Also, it helps my my algo and stuff. Did I ever read Bollinger on Bollinger Bands? I actually didn't. I learned all my stuff on Bollinger Bands through. He has like a bunch of free online lectures on YouTube. I learned most of my stuff through that, and just his tweets and stuff. I hate reading. I absolutely hate reading. I will sit there and listen to hours and hours of podcasts or lectures and stuff. I'm a very visual learner, which I think is why markets make sense to me. But I hate reading. I just don't have the attention for it. Jack's had him on his stream a couple of times. Yeah, Jack's had a couple of people. Actually, I'm actually in talks with Jack right now. We're thinking about doing a super stream twice a month. More details will come out about that, but we're thinking about having a Justice League of streamers kind of thing. Just call it a podcast. I mean, that's basically what it is, but we would just be streaming it on Twitch. Same on reading. I can probably count the number of books I've read on two hands. I think I've probably read a little bit more than that, but like I use Audible a lot, so like I'll consume all my books that I claim I quote unquote read, but I'll consume it by listening. I wish I had the like it looks aesthetically. I think books are cool, like it looks cool, but you know I just can't bring myself to do it. Yeah, audiobooks and podcasts are my go-to as well. Subscribe to notifications activated. Nice. His Divine Grace. It took me a minute to read what you were saying. Cool. What else do we want to say about this? Oh, let's go to the CME futures chart. So I love the CME futures chart. Let me talk about why I love the CME futures chart. Who loves CME futures chart? It loves CME. Oop. Futures chart. Why? Okay, so there's a number of reasons why. Okay, a lot of weekend activity gets faded, and what I mean by faded is like, say, you have your week of price activity. Sometimes you get like a move up over the weekend. Very, very high likelihood that it gets immediately retraced, and then it continues up or something like that. So this breakout that happened over the weekend. So this is CME futures, right? This initial breakout here left a giant gap, and I think I mentioned this on Monday stream that we really don't want to see this gap being filled because that's just like a total failure here, right? Now this breakout happened over the weekend, right before the U.S. Open, the U.S. trading session opened, and there's a lot of reason to pay attention to this, okay? We gapped down big time after the close. It closed an SFP. And what I like about the CME futures chart is it's a filter. A filter for weekend nonsense. And it also provides you a different trend as well. Because it has compressed data, meaning like is it 6 days out of the week, 5 days out of the week? The weekend isn't charted. So when we look at trends, for example, they post differently. So if we compare quickly, so this is the daily chart. If we were to look at just the EMAs, right? And I go between this and Bitcoin, for example. No, regular. Boom. Boom. Look at how different the daily EMAs look between this and this. Totally different, right? This suggests this is still objectively a bear trend. 50 hasn't even crossed the 200 yet. Now it's doing a little bit of a mean reversion, obviously, right? If we look at the actual chart, it's doing a bit of a mean reversion. But objectively, paints a totally different picture than this guy. Totally different. And when we throw things on there like cloud, it looks even better on like the weekly. We're sitting here right at the edge of this cloud. Oh, so here's another thing. Okay, I didn't even notice this until now. But the weekly, if the weekly can close up here and get inside the cloud, the edge to edge that we had on the daily, if we go back here, like this guy, this edge to edge play where it closed in here and moved down here, same applies on the weekly on the upside. So if we can get inside this cloud, close in here, boom, immediate target of 43,000. So there's a lot at stake here, guys. Like if it breaks to the upside, it has a ton of upside. If it breaks to the downside, it has a ton of downside. So watching this is very important. Yeah, so this is Ichimoku Cloud stuff. But yeah, sorry. So anyway, going back to the weekly cloud. So this is spot. If we go and we look at CME futures on the weekly, we go cloud. Very similar thing, but the way that the EMAs are structured, it provides a lot of insight there. But again, if we can get a close up here, but bam, immediate upside potential. And I expect that this would happen aggressively. Like if we get a close in here, I don't think it's this. I think it's this. Boom. Any questions about this? You can also look at GBTC, which is grayscale. It also has this head and shoulders bottom type thing. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Right here's your neckline. If this is a failure to break out, it is certainly going to clear the liquidity of this head. This is a common fake out pattern where if we have like a head and shoulders like this, and it breaks out and it comes back below the neckline. So if this is our neckline like that, it almost always targets the liquidity below the head. Almost always. Same thing with head and shoulders tops. So if you have like a head and shoulders here, boom, boom, if it will, and it comes back and closes back above this neckline, it's almost always going to come up here. Same thing with the edge to edge on the cloud, right? If we get inside the cloud, everything's pointing upward. Until then, it should be thought of as resistance. What's interesting though on GBTC is, again, this further supports this idea that if it does, if spot does close inside the cloud, it's going to be an aggressive move up, not one of these little deals. It's going to be aggressive. Is look at all these gaps. Once we get going, GBTC will fill these gaps, no doubt in my mind, and most likely come up here, the upper target. What are your thoughts on the whole market sentiment currently? How are you going from worrying about inflation kicking our ass to, oh, we got to save the banks, so let's dial down the rates? So I think you're asking two different questions. Sentiment is like, you're asking sentiment versus and fundamentals, right? So sentiment is like, are people euphoric? Are they scared? Are they, whatever? And right now, I'm seeing a ton of market euphoria. And that is also like, dude, the number of people who are smugly bullish right now is insane. We haven't even done shit, dude. Like look at this chart, okay? We've barely even moved, right? Like in the grand scheme of things, we've barely even moved, and people are talking like this is like the whole new bull market and like everything. People are looking at this like it's this, and it's just like get a grip. It's just not. It's not. There are obvious signs of weakness in the market right now, and people should be optimistic but skeptical. You should always be skeptical until we have confirmed trends. Right? All right. Okay, so you guys want to talk about Bitcoin more, or do you want to talk about some other charts? What do you guys want to look at? Dixie? We already looked at Dixie. We can go more in depth with Dixie. So on the weekly, Sorry, let me fix this real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're good. So weekly. So here's another reason to be skeptical of this Bitcoin run. Dixie does not look like it's dead. You know, um, it obviously had this parabolic run. It had this parabolic blow off, and it looks like it's on a leg up for like maybe a potential bull trap. Maybe it's resuming its uptrend, right? Something like that. Maybe it's not dead yet. Um, and when we look at something like the monthly cloud, the macro trend, because this thing moves like a goddamn dinosaur. It still has a ton of juice left in it, right? Like it came down, slammed into this support or previous resistance, broke it, testing it as support, and it closed last month as accepting support. So Dixie is sitting on macro support. It's macro bullish, based on where are we? Monthly cloud. It's macro bullish. Nothing bearish about this monthly cloud. And when we look at the weekly chart, it reclaimed the 50 EMA. So there's nothing bearish about the dollar right now. You know, I had a temporary drawdown, but man, if the dollar keeps going up, which it seems like it might with all these threats of inflation and shit, then, yeah, you should expect everything else to pull back too. The amount of posts I've been seeing, Bitcoin up only, banks are dead, is ridiculous. Dude, couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. I agree Bitcoin is made for that in some way, but I think we are far away from that kind of adoption. Dude, 100%. People are so what's the word I'm looking for? They're ideologues, right? And when you look at the total crypto market cap, not Bitcoin, the crypto market cap, it's not even like Apple, the company Apple, its market cap is bigger than all of crypto. So one tech stock has a higher market cap than the entire crypto industry. So for this idea, like, oh, this is adoption, you know, this is a hedge against the banks. It's like, man, maybe, but dude, like, it's just like we still have all these scams in the market. Like FTX just ate a pile of shit like 3 months ago. And we're still figuring this out, right? You know what's crazy about the FTX thing too? It's like if you look at the people who actually invested in FTX, it was not like rinky-dink firms. Like people like BlackRock were in balls deep on FTX. Not balls deep in terms of their portfolio size, but like dollar wise, like it was a lot. So a lot of people got duped by that. A lot of people not doing their homework. A lot of people should have done due diligence. So here's the thing, man. It's incredibly difficult to quote unquote due diligence um, on crypto stuff because the none of it is transparent. So like you can look at like, for example, you can look at an exchange and see proof of reserves. But that only tells you like a fraction of the story. You need to look at their books. Like, what are your liabilities? How much do you owe to people? Like, that matters too. So proof of reserves doesn't mean shit. FTX might have had these proof of reserves. Yeah, what books? Yeah, exactly. So like, apparently like FTX was like conducting all of their stuff on Signal or using QuickBooks. It was like very fly by night kind of things. Um, Would love to hear your thoughts on ETH USD and ETH BTC. Yeah, let's talk about Ether USD. Let me change my colors back. All right. Send you to the back. Talk about lack of due diligence on the part of the investors. I mean, dude, I don't think it's not like these big firms don't know what they're doing, you know? Like, I just didn't think I don't think there was diligence to do, you know? Like, yeah. All right. So looking at Ether is painting a very similar, almost worse story than Bitcoin. Coming up, rejecting the weekly 50 EMA, painting this fat ass wick up here. And when we look at the daily, it also has this megaphone nonsense as well. So megaphone, boom, like that. Didn't quite reach the upper bound, but look at this bearish engulfing of the daily. Like Ether looks decisively worse than Bitcoin. There's just no two ways about it. If this thing closes a bearish engulfing, dude, I'm sorry, but that's not it. And like even just looking at like a levels standpoint, right? So here's a box with any, like this is a generous estimate of where that support should have been. Closing a bearish engulfing down here, like that's no bueno. That's not good, guys. That's not good. And of course, look for the edge to edge in the cloud. Yeah, Ether USD looks like shit. And if we look at Ether, oh, sorry guys, I haven't adjusted that chart yet. My eyes. If we look at Ether Bitcoin, yeah, no surprise there. Big fat bearish engulfing on the weekly. And coming up on an important level too. If this thing breaks this, bam, you better bet your ass it's going for that 200 EMA. Monthly is a bearish engulfing too. It's a big old yikes for me, fam. I'm gonna look at Blur. What is this Blur nonsense? What? Are you fucking? What, are you trolling me? What is this, dude? It has 2 seconds of price history. Is it? I mean, daily is a bearish engulfing. Blur looks like dog shit. This looks like a scam. It looks like a fake breakout above the downtrend. And then rejection on high volume. What is an NFT coin? What does that even mean? What does an NFT coin mean? Posted a chart through in the K through M. You see. Let's pull this up. What is this? Oh, 3M? Okay. Let's take a look. 3M. What? Is this the right one? What is the ticker? Let me see. 3M Company. But what is this? Why does it say? Oh, pff, that was a crypto. Sorry. All right. So monthly chart. All right, we're here. Yo, this looks like ass. This is a monthly chart. This is as bearish as it gets. I see you arguing the head and shoulders. Uh, I think that's a bit reaching. It's got this blown out neckline. The right shoulder has like a hump on it. It's got this Quasimodo type deal. Um, but I mean, like, don't get me wrong. It looks bearish as hell. Even the quarterly chart looks like shit. Big bearish engulfing. God, this is bearish by like every metric. Yeah, this is terrible. Bollinger Bands like solid for more down. 100% agree. 100%, especially on the weekly. Look, it just broke out of the squeeze. This is begging for more downside. It consolidated nicely. Yeah. Just keeps getting rejected here. And now it's riding the bands on the downside. What do you think of Apple? Doesn't look that bad compared to most. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Apple's kind of just ranging, right? I don't like this, though. Okay, so if we look at the Bollinger Bands, see how if there's this midline running through the middle of it, and the market just can't seem to break above it here. I would like to see Apple closing back above the midline. Otherwise, this is threatening a return to the lower band. This is a monthly chart, by the way. I mean, it's kind of just ranging, but what I don't like about this, if you remember from 2019 in Bitcoin, you see this sort of deal here where it's just the bouncing ball is getting lower and lower and lower. And so ultimately it's going to stop bouncing and then maybe this support snaps. So like I'm referring to something like this maybe. Or even this is probably more appropriate. This guy. The ball just keeps bouncing. It bounces, then pop. So it's showing outward signs of weakness, has not broken its neck yet. Apple is such a huge component of SPY. Rip markets if that happens 100%. So here's another reason why I'm not like just blindly bullish for Bitcoin is like the entire market atmosphere itself just isn't there yet. It's just not ready for euphoria, like just market wide euphoria. And I don't think it's going to be for a while. So something that no one asked me to look at is gold. Gold has been having a crazy week. Gold's been having a crazy week. It's up, a lot in terms of gold. I want to see gold closing above here, dude. If this thing can get up here, bang, it's gone. It's out of here. Gold rallying right now makes huge sense given all the inflation threats and all the bank bullshit. Gold and silver rallying makes a lot of sense here. Like that I can I can reconcile and wrap my head around. Been trying to buy physical gold and silver for 6 months now. Everything's sold out for ages. Really? Huh. You're personally still leaning bear market rally. Yeah, I mean, people want it too bad, man. That's the problem. Coming up on this 50 EMA. This structure right here, where it's like it has this ascending lower boundary, was looking really good until this broke. It was looking really good. I don't like this. This ascending volume on the rides down. That's not good. Contracting volume on the ride up. Like, these are not signs of strength. These are signs of weakness in the market and the presence of supply. This morning, this thing was looking like very similar to this. Where are we? It was looking very similar to stuff like this, like a running continuation of sorts. But one huge difference about these structures is they don't break those. They don't break the structure of the lows. You can see these are just a series of higher lows. Bang, bang, right? So doing that here, where we're breaking the structure of the lows, that is an outward sign of weakness in the way the trend is being formed. It didn't quite break the full structure, like full structure meaning like this swing low. So it's not the end of the world, but like the way this volume is swelling has me a little sketched out. And what sucks is I was short this morning, and this rally here fucking took me out right at the pre-market. It took me out of my short, so I'm just flat right now. All right, what coins do you want to look at, guys? Throw them at me. Let's take a look. Litecoin? Okay. Yeah, I mean, Litecoin looks worse than Ether. Look at this or like this weekly candle. Completely retraced everything that happened earlier on in the week. Week began here. This guy already retraced the whole thing. This is just a big ol' middle finger to the bulls. And it's rejecting this weekly 200 EMA. Dot. Yeah, same thing on Dot. Dot looks like a copy and paste of Litecoin, honestly. Same thing. Already gave back its weekly gains. But if we look at this Bitcoin chart, yeah. Ooh, that looks extra rough. It just broke lows. Yikes. Yeah, dude, all of these these altcoin Bitcoin pairs, they just look like trash. Look absolute trash. Like look at this. It looks like dumpster fire nonsense. Yeah. Total 2. I haven't looked at a total 2 chart in a while. I used to look at the total chart a lot. I haven't in a while. Um, so total 2 doesn't look very good. Getting a clear rejection of this 200 EMA, and it's floating above a ton of space. Nearest support for this thing is really far down. Really far down. I don't even know where I would draw support here. Maybe here? Big ass box here or something? This is tough because it had a parabolic run upward. And the consequence of that is where's the support, you know? Like it's nowhere in here. So if this busts, it's definitely coming down here. I mean, how far of a move is that? That's fucking 50%. Jesus. I'm not sold on this bull market stuff yet. I'm just not. Same story on total 1. Yeah. All right. What's your question? Let me see. How many times did we discuss this in the last year when there was a rally and alts were leading? He loved the Bitcoin lead, strong Bitcoin lead this time. And we'll see if it sustains. So where I think support is for Ether Bitcoin if it breaks down, the next target if it breaks down would be this weekly 200 EMA essentially. This right here, 0.0575, which makes sense. This is like a zone. It has been. And maybe something like that. So somewhere in here for sure. 20% drop. All right, any other charts you guys want to look at? Looks like distribution and that it might come down much more after that. Possibly. So reading Bitcoin pair charts is really difficult because I've discussed this before. So, if So Bitcoin is effectively, um, see what, how do I want to say this? Bitcoin is effectively a derivative of the equities market. Ether is a derivative of the Bitcoin market. ETH BTC is a derivative of the Ether market. So we have a chain of custody of 1, 2, 3 abstractions here. And things can get really complicated because you're just introducing all of these variables. So it's really hard to do Wyckoff, trading range analysis on Bitcoin pairs. Like the only thing I would really feel confident in doing with a Bitcoin pair is, trend analysis, really. I mean, there are some instances like here, like you see this very clean, like head and shoulders bottom kind of deal. But even this, like I say very clean. That's not true. It was not clean. It had a fake breakout. It came down, and then immediately rallied. Like this is just total nonsensical behavior. Only now had time to scroll through tickets. So many alts did bearish retests today and are shitting. Yeah, dude. These alts look like trash. I'm gonna look at XRP. XRP looks okay. Um, what I don't like though is that it hasn't even begun to make a bullish trend yet. Like objectively, I mean honestly, like if you want to be bullish about something, okay, you should just turn off whatever ticker you're looking at and turn on your 50, 200, and 600 EMA on your daily and just scroll through them. It's like, are they stacked? If so, bearish market, right? Like nothing about this XRP chart is inviting. Now, if it rallies again, like there's this potential for all of these edge to edge trades if the market can get up to it. But look, you can see that. Like here's an example of just like blue balls for weeks, right? Um, Look at all these potential edge to edge plays, and it just doesn't play it, right? Just it had so many opportunities in here to edge, and it just didn't. So it's very possible that like uh, this here is just this shit over here, and it's just gonna keep dribbling out. I'm look at APT USD. Dude, how do you guys even find these coins? Like, I'm so blown away every time you guys pick these random coins. Oh my god, yeah, this looks like trash. Bearish engulfing on the daily. That's the theme here, guys. Is like daily bearish engulfing close. Watch for that. I don't like this. Successive lower highs. Like this is the definition of a bear trend. I'm gonna do Matic. Let's do it. This is just noise to me. I mean, it did kind of like flip this level here. So I would watch for a close below here, because if it does, expect your lows to get run, I would guess. You want to do quad U? Yikes. This looks like a huge head and shoulders. You have your head. There's shoulder, head, shoulder. I would watch for this to break here. That's very close to breaking it. Also, look how clean this volume is. This is a clean head and shoulders. Target for this is pretty easy. 708. Wait, what? Oh, this is on log? Christ. Target would basically be a negative number. Definitely doesn't look good, though. I'll say that much. Oh, you wanted to look at Solana? Solana looks like trash. That's the theme here, guys. Trash. Look at this. Rejection. Bearish engulfing. I think a lot of people are going to get their feelings hurt by the end of the week. Can you look at Neo? What's that? Looks like it's forming. Is this what you want to look at? This? Arm and Hammer. This doesn't look like a spring to me. This doesn't look like a spring to me. This looks like a continuation. You see this level here. Market comes up, retests. Oops, market comes up, retests and gets denied. Also, this trend looks like shit. Yeah, this looks like a redistribution, if anything. Look at it. You see how the volume's expanding on the way down? Yeah, this is sketchy. Yeah, you gotta wait for reclaim at the springs, correct. Intel, let's look at Intel. Oh, what is Intel? Is it INT? What is the ticker for Intel? Oh, ITC, that's right. This is a clean trading range, but so range-wise, this is clean. Something like that, maybe. And you got your POI right here. But again, like this trend is objectively bearish. Everything is just objectively bearish. I mean, maybe it triple bottoms, you know? Bollinger Bands look like. So weekly Bollinger Bands. Get out of here. Weekly Bollinger Bands don't look bad. They're squeezed really tight. Maybe it triple bottoms and it comes up and rides the band up. I mean, you could argue this is a monthly W bottom. especially if this closes a bullish engulfing like this. The only reason why I would argue this is because the candles aren't there, but the structure of the close is there. And if this closes a monthly bullish engulfing, that might be a good reversal all the way up to 39. Shit. Plus, it's sitting on this macro support. Like macro support being that. And it cleared this liquidity. There's a lot of things going on here. This is interesting. It perfectly cleared. Look at that. It perfectly cleared that. This is not a bad punt here if it closes a bullish engulfing. You wanted to buy 25. Yeah, 25 would have been a sick buy. It cleared a ton of liquidity. Lower TF. What time frame are you looking at? 4 hour or what? Daily and lower. I don't think a daily looks terrible. I would have liked it if I would like it a lot better if it cleared this guy. But if we look at it on a really high time frame, this is, I see a good argument for a W bottom here. Like I've seen Bollinger say similar things when it doesn't make an absolute high, but it closes. The close is lower. That he'll argue it because the integrity is still there. So if this closes a bullish engulfing, especially if it closes above this little zone here, that might be a good spot for a long. Because again, the target is, how far away is that? That's pretty far. The juicy little run. 36%, which would probably end up being something like probably like 25 to 30%. It's not bad. All right, what else do you guys want to look at? I like this Intel chart, though. It's not bad. It's really good. So I want to, since things are, I would take a lot of Intel at 20. Why? What's at 20? What do you see at 20? Nancy Pelosi holds Intel shares. It's going to get bailed out if it drops more. Yeah, 100%. What do you see at 20 on Intel? Do I have a good oil ticker? I usually use it's just called oil, isn't it? I'm also not good at like I don't follow oil. To be honest with you, there's so many oil tickers. Isn't WTI one of them? If you had his shit coins, take a look at Blur. I already did Blur. Someone already asked about that. So I want to try something out here, guys. Since things are winding down, let's take it into a little bit more casual mode. But before I do that, just make sure that you guys, you're following my channel. If you want to subscribe, feel free to do that. Set up your notifications and stuff because I'll be streaming again on Friday. But while I'm watching this lower TF Bitcoin stuff, I kind of want to like throw this down in the corner and kill some time, some Call of Duty. And you can just hang out if you want. Keep it cash. Been trying to make a lot of sense of LMT for a while. Hard to get a feel for it. What is LMT? Let me see. Let's keep it over here. LMT. Oh, Lockheed Martin. I mean, dude, if we go to war with Russia, you better bet your ass this thing's gonna fly. I mean, just, dude, Lockheed Martin just looks like a perma bull market. Bitcoin closes the same time. EST, it closes at 8 o'clock. But the session, the trading session for US closes at 4. A lot of these stocks, if you just zoom out, they make a lot more sense. Like, look at this monthly chart. This is ridiculous. ITF looks like a running continuation. I mean, here's the thing, dude. Lockheed Martin is essentially backed by the government. There's no way Lockheed Martin ever fails because that means our military fails. And since we put so much into our military, there's no way that this thing ever fails. Just not possible. Never going to happen. A good chunk of Ukraine money goes straight there. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna try this out. See if this works well on the stream. So with like a 24.8 close by 8 p.m. So 24.8. Yeah, approximately. Pretty much. But I'm immediately watching this 50 EMA. I want to see this market come up and tap that thing.
Enemy threat is high, so expect contact.
Thought 15-minute. So I thought 15-minute 200 EMA. What do you mean? Dude, I just spawned into. No, what's your question? I'm not trying to shoot you off. What do you mean by that? Dude, for those of you who play Call of Duty, they changed the spawns on this thing, and it's really messing me up. So like my girlfriend. No girlfriends in crypto. Not this market. Yeah, they're hard to come by. That's for sure. I think they made the AI stronger. Where'd you go? She locked you down? Yeah, she long conned you.
Ultra One, be advised you are approaching the hostage location now. Expect contact.
I think I'm probably gonna whiff this. Let's see. Have no armor. Oh shit. I have no plates either. This isn't good. Dude, they made DMZ harder. I took a bunch of time off of it. Where is this? Oh my god. No way. I have no self revives. Oh my god. Wow. Fun game. So what do you guys see that's making you bullish on the market right now? If you are bullish, what are you seeing that's making you bullish? Or if you're bearish, let's hear what's making you bearish. Hello? Give me my fucking weapon. Is this a joke. It's like not letting me get my weapon. Yeah, DMZ is hard solo because you can't revive yourself. Fuck it, I'm going in. I'm gonna punch someone to death. Inflation really didn't surprise you, but the bank failures tend to be very deflationary. Check your Twitch whispers. I never check Twitch whispers. Oh, cool. I'll set that up for you whenever I end stream. Oh, I got a thing. 100 bits. Would love to see your blur chart. Didn't I? I thought I already did blur. Did I not? So blur looks bearish by every metric. It's a pretty big head and shoulders type deal. I mean, granted, this is a 15-minute chart, but yeah, blur looks like a failed bounce. It got above the 4-hour chart or the 4-hour 50 EMA. Yeah, it just looks like it had this big markup and it immediately shit back down. I'm not a fan.
Enemy threat is high, so expect contact.
Oh, it gave me my rifle. The hell? Dude, these spawns are so ass these days. Like, what is it doing over here? Ugh. Going in with a pistol. Oh. Where? Where? Fuck. Open the door.
Ultra One, activity has increased in the area. Keep your eyes open.
Sounds like your EFT deaths. Oh, dude, you must be on a. You must be really behind on this. Oh my fuck. I ran into a tripwire. I ran into a tripwire and it just blew me up. It was like some IED bullshit. Here we go. Here we go. Got self revives, all kinds of stuff. All right, we're good. We're good. Dude, these shotgun. I almost called him a scav. This shotgun AI are bullshit. Just don't die? Yeah. Where? Dude, the AI in DMZ is so ridiculous. See, look at this. What are you doing? Out of nowhere, just ran up on my ass, shoved 2 barrels in my face. All right, we got 20 minutes till the market closes. Or not the market, but, you know, the session. I like the pistol, but this pistol specifically sucks. Pistol matches are fun, though. Die. Car is undefeated. Alright, where am I going? Should I go into the storm? You guys want to go into the storm? Fight the scientists? Ugh. Oh, shit. What the hell was that? Oh, there's PMCs there. Time to get into a gunfight. I have no armor, and my guns suck. I think he's in the adjacent camp. Take it. He saw me. Or not. Where's your friend? He looked like he was solo? He's got a vehicle there. Are you solo? Where's your friend? Oh, there he is. Guy's a bot. He's gonna die. Oh, I whiffed. I shouldn't have fired. Oh my god, there's two of them? Come on. Come on out. Does he see me? Yep. Oh my god, I gotta just hard push this guy. Oh, down him. There we go. You got a self revive? I can't take your backpack? Still? Is there a third? What do you guys think? No, his body despawned. Oh, this is a sick rifle. Give me that. I don't want this. I want that. Oh, they already opened it. Oh, he has a pit. I want this guy's backpack. Why can't I take it? It's so lame you can't take backpacks. This is a sick rifle build. Alright, I have a durable gas mask. I'm gonna go to fight the scientist.
Ultra One, actual. Advise you equip your gas mask in this area. Keep your time on target limited.
The fuck? Oh shit. Someone's fighting. Alright, I'm going in, boys. Remember me. Dude, this is a really sick... Oh! Hello.
Ultra One, the chemist is approaching your area. Stay alert.
Whoa, look at that rifle. The hell is that? All the plates?
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
I need plates. There we go. Where is this guy? Dude. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god.
Ultra One, deliver cash at a dead drop to...
Where's a scientist, man? Killed all your friends. Where are you? Looks like the 50 EMA is rejecting it. Where's the scientist? Did he already die? Like, is this his gun right here? Did he change his gun? This must be his gun. I must have killed him. There's someone at the top of the hill.
Ultra One, the enemy is on high alert. Proceed with caution.
There's a PMC. 2 PMCs. Oh, fuck! Aw, I'm fucking dead. Fucking 3 of them. There's always 3. Yeah, I thought the gun is still the yellow M13B. Oh, you think someone killed him and swapped out the gun? That's probably what happened. Damn. Alright, how are we looking here? Dude, that's so annoying. Dude, DMZ is so hard because with playing solo. It's just revive after revive after revive. This looks like it's already getting swatted down. It's coming back up on this trend line here. And these are already pinching too. The 50 and the 200 EMA. Whenever they're pinching like that, that's usually not a sign of trend strength. You got 10 minutes before the market closes. Yeah, didn't even come up to the 200 on the 5. Man, I can't believe I got stopped out of my short. So lame, man. I was literally sitting here, I was enjoying my coffee. I was like, oh, nice, I'm up. Then this fucking thing happened and just cut me out. So fucking annoying, dude. But it is what it is. I want to at least enter short on this. Get a wick that clears this. Boom. But it doesn't even look like it wants to give me that. It's finding resistance on that guy.
Welcome to Al Mazrah. Exploring, looting, and securing intel will open access to missions and targets. Expect resistance from local forces and watch for other operators in the AO.
What is this gun? Lockman? Dude, what are these spawns? These spawns are random as hell. Can't even make the train anymore. Should I go? There's nothing around me. Spawn is lame as hell. So what's the deal with these like multiple trains now? Do they slam into each other and die, or like what happens? Because there's 2 trains on the map these days. Anyone know that the What's up with that? Where did they go? Right here, bitch.
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location. Stay alert.
Surprise, motherfucker. All rise, motherfucker. Two tracks. Oh, they're like parallel tracks. That makes sense. Man, I can't believe I got cucked by that. That 3-man. I melted his boy so fast. That the M4 that I got off that guy was really good. It dropped that guy with purple armor like instantly. Dad? Dad's home. You finally came back. Oh, there's a red car now. Interesting. What is this, like IFAC and shit? Just a sellable item, I guess? Give me that car, boy. Oh, really? You're gonna blow up my car? Give me the over-under. Shit, shit. Time to get run over, idiot. Wait, how do I power slide? Oh, control. Screet. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh shit, I collided him with the shotgun. Hold watch.
Ultra One, completing contracts will earn you cash to use at buy stations.
Alright, fresh car. Let's go try to go here again. I like the scientist rifle. It's really good. Like the build on it's really good. How is the how are the frames when you guys are watching the stream, by the way? Is it a solid 60 FPS? Frames are good. Yeah, this graphics card's nice. I'm a little sad that I bought it and then immediately the 4000 series come out, but it's alright. What are you gonna do? We're here.
chemist is heading your way. Expect contact.
I'm hoping I could just cheese him from the outside. That'd be dope. Fucking rock. He had a gas. Oh, he's got a nice rifle. Look at that. Huh. It's a good rifle. Oh, this is the 7.62 rifle.
Ultra One, activity has increased in the area. Keep your eyes open.
Yo. Alright, I'm going in. It's basically like a Scar ripoff, I guess.
Ultra One, be advised. Enemy attack helo is heading your way.
Shut up. No. That's not what I wanted. I love the the little annotation, flustered grunt. Oh shit. Shit. Yeah, throw the smoke grenades that only you can see through. Sick. No. Thought my pistol was my sidearm. Cool. Nice. Fun game. Okay. Market just closed. Let's take a look. Still just chilling, huh? Where's my trade view? All right. So, dude, when you look at the hourly, this actually tells a lot. Look at this. Look at this high volume here. Big spread. Weak ass bounce. I wonder if we form a distribution range up here. Like something like this or something. Or maybe it's a reaccumulation trading range, you know? Who knows? This, I mean, ranging here would make sense. That'd be like a form of like stepping stone reaccumulation. So if this is our reaccumulation trading range here, stepping stone would occur in like the upper quadrant. So maybe this actually just ranges here. So this would be like our PSY, bind climax, automatic rally. Come back up here for a secondary test. Something like that. Yeah, it's definitely something to watch. Keep an eye out for. This needs to go more opaque, huh? It's kind of blinding. Something like that, perhaps. Has the gap between Coinbase and Bybit closed? No, it's still like $70 in between, huh? No gap on the inverse perps? Really? BTC USD on Coinbase and BTC USDT uh, on Bybit is still, there's still a gap. I'm gonna leave this on here. I mean, it's definitely like something of interest here, right? Boom and boom. Maybe a POI forms here. That would make a lot of sense, actually. But if that thing forms a bullish engulfing the daily, I don't think that's going to be the case. I need an auto rifle. I'm going to die already. Cool. All right. We'll do one more, and then we'll call it. The hell was that noise? All right, Pensalga, have a good one. See you, man. I'll do one more raid, and then we'll call it.
Welcome to Al Mazrah. Explore, secure intel, and loot to gain access.
Yeah, Mike, I don't blame you. This kind of market condition is just everyone kind of gets fucked over, huh? Which usually means a range is forming. So it would not surprise me if we're at the lower bound of what is going to become a range. Or it just takes a dump. We gotta watch that daily. You need armor, not a fucking comic book. There we go. God damn it. let's go. Let's take this. Oh my god. You guys just spawn in? Hi. Oh my god, you guys all did just spawn in. I kind of like the over-under shotgun. It's fun.
Activity is increasing near your location. Stay alert.
Let's go for it. Let's do it to it, Lars. I think I chose poorly. I probably shouldn't have driven through here. No worries. Got it.
Ultra One, that area contains high amounts of radiation. Use your gas mask and move fast. Ultra One, be advised the chemist is near your location.
Dude, fuck your smoke. Oh my god! There's so many... I'm gonna die. There's a chemist. Come here, little bitch. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Get inside, fuck.
Ultra One, completing contracts earns you cash to use at buy stations for gear and upgrades.
I'm gonna die. This isn't good.
Ultra One, this is actual. Enemy
Oh my god. Bro, how many fucking smokes? This is ridiculous. Oh my god. Riding that golden pony in a battle. Alright. Cool. Alright, that's a good one to end on. Yeah, thanks for sticking by, all 5 of you. Keep an eye out on the daily candle, and I'll post an update on Twitter. You guys take it easy. Have a good rest of your day. It was a long stream. You stuck to it. Good on you. See you guys on Friday.